Welcome back to another episode of the WNBA update brought to you by dope content and ALYSSA.com. Listen, man, I don't even know where to start with this episode. It's been a while. I got some things to catch up with, including the BS that's going on right now with the Caitlin Clark drama and ALYSSA Thomas and all that. So let's just get right into it, man. And wherever we start is where we start. Let's get into it.
The court is buzzing, the lights are bright. Catch the Wnba updates every single night. From the baseline drive to the buzzer beat of sound. We're breaking down the power players holding it down. It's the W update, keep your eyes on the floor. Chasing greatness, always wanting more. Legends in the making, watch the game evolve. The mysteries of the season, we're here to solve. Wilson dominating, she's the MVP queen. Blocking shots, scoring buckets, finest play ever seen. Olivia Miles with the vision, the court sense is pure. Running the offense, making every pass secure. Page breakers on the wing, smooth with the shot. Changing the tempo, heating up the spot. Angel Reese in the paint, grabbing every board. Setting the tone, adding to the score. It's the W update, keep your eyes on the floor. Chasing greatness, always wanting more. Legends in the making, watch the game evolve. The mysteries of the season, we're here to solve. Yeah, the game is changing, the future is now. Congrats on the CBA, ladies, take a bow. Stay tuned, keep it loud. This is where it's at, the WNBA update. That's a wrap on that.
What's good, man? What's good? Welcome back to another episode, once again, of WNBA update brought to you by dope content and ALYSSA.com. This is your host K. Lou here, and man, I'm gonna just let you know now, this is not about to be one of those regular podcast videos that I normally do, where I just go around the WNBA and we just talk strictly sports. To be honest with you, I'm gonna talk a little shit today. I am, because people arguing with me on Facebook over the past week. People arguing with me on Twitter over the past week. And then on top of that, you got the Caitlin Clark, ALYSSA Thomas drama. And it's just, my nerves are bad. My nerves are bad, right? And let's just go through the scores, the latest scores, and then we'll get into why my nerves are bad, right? So last night, we had a couple of games. Toronto Tempo blow out the LA Sparks 125-97. MARINA Mabrey goes off for 53 points. She ties a WNBA record for points in the game, tying A'ja Wilson. 6 rebounds. She came out the game with like a minute and a half left. The crowd was like, no, you got to go back. You got to stay in and get the, and beat the record. But she decided to come out. So shout out to MARINA Mabrey. Real quick on MARINA Mabrey, because this goes to my Facebook post that people like to argue with me about, and they've been arguing with me for over 2 years, actually 3 years now, because Caitlin has been in the league 3 years. I made a post over 3 years ago saying, hey, Caitlin is great, but I don't understand the hype when y'all act like y'all never seen this before, right? And I said there are plenty of women in the WNBA that can do what Caitlin was doing in college. I said you just haven't watched WNBA to know. And just to stay away from the whole racist thing, right? I didn't name any black players. I named 2 white players. I named MARINA Mabrey and I named Sabrina Ionescu. And they came to me, oh, you this, you that, you race baiting, you hate Caitlin Clark. I said, no, I just named 2 other white women just to prove a point that this has nothing to do with race, but to prove a point that there are women in the league that can do the step back threes off the dribble, shoot from the logos and all that. They've been in the league. So that's why I didn't understand the Caitlin hype the way everybody else did, right? That's just me. That's my opinion. And just a couple of weeks ago, I made another post about MARINA Mabrey. They came over there arguing again, and I was just hyping up MARINA Mabrey. Oh, well, Caitlin this, Caitlin that. I said, bro, we talking about MARINA. Well, MARINA ain't gonna never be what Caitlin is. Now MARINA just set a record, or just tied the record for points in the game. So you already know what you can do, you Klan fans that's on my Facebook.
Shut up, bitch.
Right? And we gonna get back to y'all later on, but let's keep it moving. Dallas Wings take the L to the Vegas Aces. Vegas get they Revenge on Dallas, because Dallas has put BTA to them twice this year in Dallas, and Vegas came out hot. Asia Wilson showed up in a white t-shirt, and yeah, that when she shows up in the white t-shirt, black sweats, you know it's about to go down. And Asia went off for 32 points, 9 rebounds. Jessica Shepard, 22 points, 14 rebounds. Paige Beckers did her thing, but that was pretty much it. Dallas didn't really get any help. It was Jessica and Paige versus Vegas, right? Paige with 25 points, 6 assists. Everybody else, Arika Wnba, 4 points on 1 of 10 shooting. AZ Fudd had an off night, 7 points for 3 of 9 shooting. Alicia Clark played only 8 minutes at power forward at that. So I'm gonna have to ask coach about that. She didn't really do nothing. Maddie Segrist has kind of been up and down. She had 2 points in 12 minutes. Isaiah James off the bench. She was the only one really gave us anything off the bench, gave Dallas anything off the bench. But other than that, man, Dallas gets abused in the paint again. Asia Wilson, 32 points. Chelsea Gray, 12 points. Jackie Young, 20 points. Cheyenne Parker Tyus off the bench with 13 points. Kristen Bell off the bench with 10 points. Alyssa Smith only had 4 points, but she did have 11 rebounds. So shout out to Alyssa Smith. Yeah. And Dallas has the same issue. Teams are figuring out all you have to do is be physical with them in the paint, because nobody else is really doing nothing. Like, you can bully Dallas in the paint. And this is why I said in a couple of, post-game shows in the arena that, hey, Dallas might want to start keeping their eye out on some of these, paint players and more physical players and wing players. You might want to start looking at them that's on these underachieving teams like Phoenix, like LA, and so forth, right? So I got a few names that I said keep an eye on. One of them is Alyssa Thomas, because she's a vet. She's on the losing team. They might decide that they want to just get rid of the vets and start rebuilding, kind of like what Dallas did last year. I've said this multiple times. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying to keep an eye out on that name. Let's stick to that, right? Let's stick to the Alyssa Thomas name if I name the other ones. I had people coming on my Facebook telling me, oh, she doesn't fit. She's just going to ruin the culture. And I said, well, if you don't want her, I need you to explain why you don't want her. Don't just tell me no. Explain why so we can have a conversation. Oh, one dude coming there, older guy. Oh, she doesn't pass the ball. She doesn't move the ball around. She's just a physical person that goes in the paint and she just wants to run people over. She never moves the ball around. Bruh. So I said, Google is free. The internet is free. And I said, Alyssa Thomas leads the league in assists. No, she don't. They don't move the ball at all in Phoenix. So, of course, I say, let me go to ESPN just to see if anything was updated. I go to ESPN. Guess who's leading the league in assists? Alyssa Thomas. Guess who's been leading the league in assists? Alyssa Thomas. Guess who is the fastest person to get 500 assists for a brand new team? Alyssa Thomas. People just like to argue, and even when you throw the facts at them, they still want to argue with you. I got something for you.
Shut up, bitch.
But moving on, Alyssa Thomas is a name I will keep an eye on. Derek Hamby, Ray Burrell. Those are some more names I would love for Dallas to just kind of keep your eye out on to see what they're doing. Let's see if the team LA, if they keep underachieving, Phoenix, if they keep underachieving, let's see if they're willing to, move away from those contracts. I would say Shakira Austin again in Washington, but she's still 25 years old, I believe. Washington is a young team, even though they are underachieving. Washington can easily turn it around, and I don't think they're gonna get rid of anybody right now. So, but Derek Hamby, Alyssa Thomas, Ray Burrell, those are the people I personally want Dallas to look at. If you have somebody for Dallas that you think will come in, plug in that wing spot and be a defender, and they can shoot threes and they can move the ball and, be physical in the paint, please let me know, right? Because when you look at Dallas, Jessica Shepard is number 2 in rebounding in the WNBA. But after that, you don't have nobody else in the Dallas on this Dallas team that cracked the top 40 in rebounding. You don't get another Dallas wing player till you get to number 45. And number 45, you would think it's somebody like Maddie or Walk, Alana, another paint player. No, it is Paige Beckers. So you have Jessica Shepard at number 2. Good job for Jess, but she's in the paint on her own. She needs somebody else that's going to help her be physical in the paint, that can push the ball up the court and grab some rebounds and get everybody else involved. That's why I said Alyssa Thomas. And it was like, oh, they don't match. You want to replace Jess? No. I want to be able to have that type of player on the court at all times. So, yeah, maybe they can start a game together, and then once one go to the bench, you still got the other one on the court. And that's all times. You got somebody that's physical, getting rebounds, pushing the ball up the court, setting up everybody. So Paige won't have to dribble the ball all the time. Coach has said multiple times, Coach Fernandez has said multiple times, he wants another ball handler in Dallas. Alyssa Thomas is another ball handler in Dallas, and she fits the physicality that you need in the paint, and she grabs rebounds. Like she checks off everything that you need right now in Dallas. Just saying, common sense. But whatever, let me know what you think in the comment section about Derrick Hamby, Alyssa Thomas, Ray Burrell for the Dallas Wings. And who are you willing to give up for either one of those players, right? Moving on, the Storm get a big win over the Liberty, 99-88. Flau'jae Johnson had a career high, 28 points, 9 rebounds, 3 steals. Jonquel Jones, 26 points, 8 rebounds. That was all for Thursday. When you go into Wednesday games, you have Phoenix Mercury. They get revenge in Indiana, 111-109 over the Fever. Caitlin Clark left the game, I believe, late in the third quarter. Alyssa Thomas with 24 points, 8 assists. You know, but she don't move the ball around. Kelsey Mitchell, 30 points, 6 assists. Minnesota takes out Washington in a close game, 78-76 wins this past Wednesday. Natasha Howard, 21 points, 15 rebounds. Sonia Citron, 28 points in the game. Chicago Sky bounced back after they lost to Dallas. They beat Portland 101-78. Cardoso with 13 points, 8 rebounds in that game. The Valkyries, Golden State Valkyries, man, might be the most dangerous team in the league right now. They take out the Dream 77-66. Gabby Williams, 23 points. They held, man, they defense, man. We already talked about their defense at the beginning of the year, right? So that's why they was one of the teams to look out for. If you watch this platform, you know I talked about their defense. And then a couple of weeks ago, I said, now look, if Gabby Williams and Veronica Burton figure out how to get it together with them two on offense together, it's going to be a problem. And it seems to have happened, right? Because Gabby Williams has been balling lately. 23 points for her. Kayla Thornton balling. If she's not going to do anything else, she's going to play defense and hit a 3. Veronica Burton, she only had 8 points, but she went 3 of 5 in this game, 7 assists. But they figured it out, man, offensive-wise in that backcourt. That backcourt is dangerous. That defense, just defense across the board for Golden State is dangerous, man. They are locked down. They held Atlanta to 39% shooting, 22% from the three-point line, which is crazy for Atlanta. Angel Reese was 3 of 12. Alicia Gray was 3 of 10. Ryan Howard was 5 of 11. Jordan Canada was 2 of 10. It was crazy. That defense is crazy. Number 1 defense in the league now, man. So shout out to the Valkyries, man. And then let's get into the games tonight. We got Washington versus Connecticut. I got Washington winning that. You got Portland versus Chicago again. This schedule is crazy. I'm gonna take Chicago again in that. And then wait a minute. Yeah, and then Atlanta and Golden State again. So it's just rematches all night tonight. It's just rematches, right? And honestly, I know Atlanta's going to come out and put out a better game, but I still think Golden State takes it, man, at home. So there we go for that. Let's get into this Caitlin Clark, Alyssa Thomas thing, right? Caitlin Clark gets, Alyssa Thomas gets suspended for 1 game because they go for a ball. They go for a loose ball, and somehow when they dove, Caitlin Clark ended up with the ball. Alyssa Thomas was right there. And what they did on social media and what they did in the media world was slow it down and zoomed all in. It made it seem like Alyssa Thomas was punching Caitlin Clark in the throat. And if you watch the actual game and you watch the actual play, it's literally bang, bang. They went down for the ball. Caitlin got the ball. Alyssa Thomas got up. And then Caitlin is rolling over in the fetal position, putting her knees up and doing this. And Alyssa Thomas is up trying to get to the ball. And Alyssa Thomas is trying not to even, fall down on her. So she's stepping over Caitlin while Caitlin got her knees up and doing this. But again, they slowed it down and they make it seem like, Alyssa Thomas is abusing Caitlin Clark and she purposely put her fist in her throat and all that. Let me tell you something about AT. First of all, you must be new to the WNBA if that's how you feel. And I'm sick of y'all where every time Caitlin Clark gets fouled or gets touched, y'all get on the news crying, y'all get on social media crying, y'all do this and do that crying. When people get hit all the time in the league, people take worse things than Caitlin Clark on a nightly basis. You don't get nobody suspended from that. Ain't nobody crying about it. We just move on. Because that's basketball. That's WNBA basketball, right? And it's something that's been happening. They even changed the rules this year on the way they call the fouls for Caitlin Clark, and y'all still complaining about it. Caitlin Clark ain't no angel, man. And when I say angel, I ain't talking about Angel Reese. I'm talking about angel from heaven. That's who y'all think she is. That's not her. She instigates all the time. She gaslight all the time. And then be the first one, oh my, why they do this to me? Why I get attacked? Why I get pushed? Yada, yada. Bro, shut up, bro. And then y'all sit there and go with it. She gaslight y'all because she know y'all gonna run with it. It's BS, bro. And let me tell you something about Alyssa Thomas. She's pretty much like the Draymond Green of the WNBA. So yes, she plays fast, she plays hard, she plays physical. Sometimes she do a little too much. Facts. I agree with all that. But at the same time, if Alyssa Thomas wanted to hurt Caitlin on that play, she would have did it with no problem. She would have did it with no issues, no problem. Because I've seen AT where somebody pissed her off or when she's mad at somebody and she decides to be dirty towards that player. That was nothing. She didn't get suspended when she whooped Angel her rookie year on multiple plays. And matter of fact, there's a video on YouTube where it was 3 plays in a row where she knocking Angel to the ground, including the clothesline to the neck. Wasn't nobody crying then. Wasn't no suspensions then. It wasn't no CNN then or Fox News then. Wasn't these national media sports reporters talking about it then. But Caitlin gets touched and all of a sudden y'all want to sit here and cry. Y'all want to sit here and cry.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Like, stop it, bro. My nerves getting bad with all this BS with this Caitlin and all this racist stuff. Caitlin Clark, fantastic player. Overrated in my opinion, yes, because y'all immediately came in and called her the GOAT. And I told y'all from jump, you about to find out that there's players in the WNBA and there's players that's been in the WNBA that's been balling, that can do what she does and do it better. And there's players coming after her that's going to be better, like Paige Beckers, Olivia Miles. Soon you going to have Hannah Hidalgo in the league and Juju Watkins. Those are the real ballers. I told y'all Kelsey Mitchell was the truth. But now, Caitlin's rookie year, y'all didn't want to believe that. And then Kelsey had to show y'all she was the truth. Aaliyah Boston is the truth. Caitlin's not even the best player on her team. And y'all sitting there talking like she's the GOAT. And everybody should cater to her. It's stupid. And then it was funny. It's funny when Jason Whitlock, trash ass, and Shannon Sharp start turning on you. Because they are the biggest Caitlin Clark defenders. But even Jason Whitlock has gotten annoyed with her antics on the court. And y'all know how I think about trash. He's trash. Now, I don't agree with the part where he says, Stephanie White hates Caitlin and Caitlin hates Stephanie White. I don't agree with that at all. I don't think that's even the case, right? But he always has an extra agenda to his stuff. But even he's tired of the flopping, the push-offs, the crying, and all that stuff that comes with Caitlin Clark. That's the biggest defender. And then Shannon Sharp even went on a rant talking about how he's tired of the flopping, the complaining, the gaslighting, and all that. But here we are. She gets touched. Oh my God. She should be suspended for half a season. That's what the Caitlin Clark fans are saying right now. But you clapped Sophie Cunningham, who also has a history of dirty play, by the way. Look her up. You clapped her when she grabbed JC Sheldon by the neck and threw her to the ground, and then got into an altercation afterwards with her. You clapped that. You applaud that. Nobody got suspended, but that's absolutely fine. But Alyssa Thomas trying to get up, you had to slow it down just to make it look bad. Y'all got a problem. Y'all want to sit there and cry about that. Won't you play the real speed of what happened on that play so you could use your common sense if you got any? What about, won't you slow down to Sophie Cunningham grabbing Kalia Copper's leg and trying to pull her leg down on a loose ball play multiple times? What about her, like I said, grabbing JC Sheldon? Won't you slow down all the left arm push-offs that Caitlin does when she's flopping and throwing her arm in other players' necks and chests? Like, physical play happens in the WNBA. Happens to everybody. All of them been hit. Paige has been rocked. Everybody has been rocked. Kennedy has been rocked. Asia has been rocked. You don't hear nobody on social media or on the news talking about, oh, they should be suspended. No, because we know how basketball work. But you touch Caitlin and oh my God, it's the worst thing ever. Everybody should be going to jail.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Like, stop this, bro. I told y'all, I apologize for the little mini rant. I told y'all this wasn't gonna be a regular episode. I just got irritated because I woke up thinking that, okay, Alyssa Thomas got suspended. Maybe this will be over. My timeline will be cleansed, right? Everybody got what they want. Alyssa, Caitlin got fouled. Alyssa is suspended. Cool. Let's move on. No. Now I'm starting to see people who I've never seen talk about the WNBA. I'm talking about national media heads. Never seen talk about the WNBA. All of a sudden, they're posting articles saying, oh, the league is unfair to Caitlin. They're targeting her and yada, yada. She is the reason, that you have this and that. Y'all should be protecting her. She's the hero. MF has called her the hero of the WNBA in that article I saw this morning. The hero, bro. Like, anyway, it's stupid. All-star votes, man. Get your all-star votes in. I haven't checked the updated voting on that. I know at first it was Asia Wilson and Paige number 1 and 2, and then the second round, Indiana Fever fans was like, no, we got to put Caitlin and Maisha Hines-Allen and Aaliyah Boston and all this. They started voting pretty hard. Maisha Hines-Allen, bro. Just why? Because she stood up and got in AT's face and was like, I'm like that. I'm here. I love Maisha Hines-Allen, by the way, but stop. And then the whole time she's doing that, guess what Caitlin was doing? She was right behind AT. Yeah. And then wonder why she got a technical foul. Because you instigating. That's why you got a technical foul. And then, oh my God, why I get a technical foul? You're about to get me suspended. I already have 5 techs. It's your fault. You should have been suspended already. They let you slide with about 4 techs. So, like, get out of here, bro. But thank y'all for watching. I'm sorry for the rant. Shout out to Marina Mabrey. Shout out to WNBA celebrating their 30th year with the New York LA game the other night, where it ended in the game winner by Nneka Ogwumike. That was perfect. If you watched that game, that was a perfect game. Shout out to Gabby Williams and Veronica Burton. Shout out to the Golden State Valkyrie, man. Dallas got to figure something out. Shout out to Dallas because they doing good this year, but they got to figure something out pretty soon. They got to figure out if they want to be a real playoff contending team, or they just satisfied with getting to the playoffs. Because there are changes that I think you can make to make you an actual championship contending team this year, right? And they got to figure out what's going on with Reek. I'm one of Rike's biggest defenders, but she has not been good this last week and a half. Like, she's not shooting good at all. I don't know what's going on with it. They got to figure it out. And all this Caitlin Clark, man, drama, bro, I try my best to avoid those type of topics and conversations because I don't want people to come to this page and think that this is one of those clickbait page or we hate Caitlin or we hate Angel. It's none of that. I like everybody in the league. And I'm going to praise them when they need praise. I'm going to say what I got to say, criticize them when I feel like they need to be criticized, right? And with my criticism, I try to keep it as fair as possible. I don't try to like do nothing personal because I'm not the one in the league playing basketball. I'm not a coach, right? So I try to just speak on what I see and what I know. Stop the BS because this BS. This Caitlin stuff, it's been 3 years now, man. Over 3 years. Stop it, bro. Nobody's treating her differently. And if they do treat her differently, it's because of the fans and the national media. Because y'all put this false narrative from day one that the players hate Caitlin Clark and they are jealous of Caitlin Clark when none of that is true. And meanwhile, she knows the narrative, so she goes out and be a brat on the court to everybody and get under everybody's skin because she knows as soon as somebody reacts to her, it's the end of the world for them. So just be for real. Oh, another name for Dallas, Isabella Harrison. That's another name. She's a former wing. She's tough in the paint as well, and she could, help out with rebounding and defense in the paint. So those are the names to look out for. But stop this Caitlin Clark mess, man. We don't hate Caitlin Clark over here. We don't hate Angel Reese. We don't hate Kennedy Carter, Dejanay. We got love for all of them. But the fans and the national media, when you I'm gonna call out BS all the time. And the people that like to argue with me on Facebook, like I haven't been covering this game in person for years and been trying to put y'all on game even before Caitlin and them got here. I've been telling people since 2018, y'all need to give WBA a chance and watch the game. These girls can ball. These ladies can ball. That's me. I'm on camera doing that. 2018, they'll go to a game. If there's a team in your city, go to a game and give it a chance. I promise you it'll change your outlook on it. That's what I was telling folks in 2018. Now, I've been covering this league for years. I was supposed to be in Vegas yesterday for the Vegas Dallas Wings game. They didn't email me to yesterday morning. But I would have been out there covering that. So, like, come on, man. All right. I'm going to just leave it at that. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Appreciate you. And to the ones that watch this, I apologize for my somewhat rant. I felt like I still kept it PG because the things I wanted to say, I didn't say. So until next time, man, hopefully y'all enjoyed the new intro, updated song. I made the song. Couple of new highlights as well. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Until next time, y'all be safe. K-Lou from Dope Content Entertainment, dopecontent.com, dallashoop.com. I am about to update dallashoop.com as well. I just updated dopecontent.com. So from start to finish, from scratch, it's a brand new website. Now dallashoop.com probably will get an update today. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out.
Yeah. The court is buzzing, the lights are bright. Catch the Wnba updates every single night. From the baseline drive to the buzzer beat the sound. We're breaking down the power players holding it down. It's the W update, keep your eyes on the floor. Chasing greatness, always wanting more. Legends in the making, watch the game evolve. The mysteries of the season, we're here to solve. Angel Wilson dominating, she's the MVP queen. Blocking shots, scoring buckets, finest play ever seen. Olivia Miles with the vision, the court sense is pure. Running the offense, making every pass secure. Page breakers on the wing, smooth with the shot. Changing the tempo, hitting up the spot. Angel Reese in the paint, grabbing every board. Setting the tone, adding to the score. It's the W update, keep your eyes on the floor. Chasing greatness, always wanting more. Legends in the making, watch the game evolve. The mysteries of the season, we're here to solve. Yeah, the game is changing, the future is now. Congrats on the CBA, ladies, take a bow. Stay tuned, keep it locked. This is where it's at, the WNBA update. That's a wrap on that.